Hey guys, I hope you guys are having a great week. Today we are going to do your Bible lesson, Isaac, Honesty and Friendliness. This goes with your workbook page 28-4. All right, so this week we have talked all about Esau and Jacob. All right, so the brothers were born. Esau is large and strong and hairy and red in color. Jacob is a smaller man, more simple, likes to stay around at home. Esau was favored by his father Isaac. Jacob was favored by his mother Rebekah. Okay, Esau was the firstborn son, so he was meant to inherit most of the things from Isaac, his birthright. Okay, so that's the money or land or privileges that go to the firstborn son. One day, Esau needed something from Jacob, and Jacob took that opportunity to trick Esau. He told him that he would give him what he needed if he were to give Jacob his birthright. Esau agreed. He gave away his birthright to Jacob. Okay. Then, when it came down to when Isaac was going to actually pass away, Rebekah decided to help her favored son, Jacob, and so they completed um, Jacob receiving Esau's birthright. Okay. And they tricked Isaac in his last moments so that he would bless Jacob instead. Okay. Once Esau found that out, remember, he vowed that he would kill his brother. Right. So there's a lot going on there. So we're going to wrap that up today. All right. So yesterday I left you guys a couple of questions in your workbook page to do on your own. So if you want to look at 28.3 from yesterday, Um, hopefully you were able to put the sequence of those events in order. Okay. One should have been, as they grew up, Esau came to be a skilled hunter, while Jacob liked to stay near home. Two, Esau agreed to give his birthright to Jacob for a bowl of soup. Three, Isaac told Esau to cook a meal and then he would give Esau his birthright blessing. Four, Rebekah came up with a plan. 5, Rebekah and Jacob tricked Isaac into giving Jacob the blessing. And 6, Isaac and Esau discovered they had been tricked. All right. So hopefully that was the order you put it in. And then number 2, I had you guys answer after the video also. It says, do you think it was okay for Jacob to trick his father and oldest brother? Why or why not? Okay, so there's lots of ways you could have answered that. It's not a great idea to trick anyone. But Esau did give away his birthright in exchange for something to eat or drink. Okay. That's not very good either. You should hang on to your birthright. You should be loyal to God and what God intends to give to you. So let's talk about honesty. Honesty is truthfulness in everything I think, say, and do. Okay. So if you are honest, it means that you do not lie. You don't lie even if you feel like it's a good time to lie. You don't lie even if it means that you're going to get something great. Okay. If you are honest, that means that you tell the truth and that you do not lie. You don't try to trick people. Okay. So we've been talking a lot about somebody that was not honest, Jacob. Okay. And Rebecca. All right. So if you remember, though, Rebecca was married to Isaac because of her good character, because of the kind of person that she was. Okay. So I find that interesting that then she finds herself in this position where she has helped her sons to deceive one another and their father. All right. So friendliness is another word that I wanted to define for you guys. Friendliness is kind actions, words, and smiles that show others how special they are. Okay, so if you're friendly to someone, you give them kind words, you can do nice things for them, you can even just smile at people, and that is being friendly. Okay, so I'm going to read to you guys one tiny thing from the Bible. We're not going to do a whole bunch today, just Hebrews 12:16. Okay, so I want you to think about what happened with Esau's birthright, okay? With Jacob and Rebekah tricking them into giving Esau's birthright to Jacob. So Hebrews 12:16 says, "Lest there be any fornicator or profane person, as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright." Okay? So there's a lot in that story about how Jacob and Rebekah tricked them and how they were dishonest. But it can't be forgotten that Esau was so very willing to give up his birthright. It was so easily taken from him, or at least for him to say to Jacob that he was giving it to him. So let's go back to honesty. Okay? If Esau told Jacob that he was giving him his birthright in exchange for the food and water, then when it came down to when Isaac was on his deathbed, Esau was only too happy to go and get the meat and receive his blessing and his birthright. He didn't call his brother, who he had promised he was going to give that to say, "Oh, it's time for you to collect on my birthright." He didn't do that either. Okay? So neither brother was completely innocent in that situation. Okay? But even if someone else is not doing what they're supposed to do, it is still important for each and every one of us to try to be honest. All right. So, a couple of questions here. I'll have to answer them myself, but think about them. All right. So, both Esau and Jacob sinned against God. Okay? And Jacob did not exhibit honesty when he stole Esau's birthright. Right? So, let's go through your workbook pages. Okay? So, you have 28:4 for today. It says, read the stories below. Circle whether the person in the story was honest, dishonest, friendly, or not friendly. Okay? So let's read through those. Number 1, Laban listened to Abraham's servant tell his story. Then he invited the servant to stay at his house, or home, sorry. Okay, so was he honest, dishonest, friendly, or not friendly? He was friendly. Okay, so there wasn't really anything there for him to be honest or dishonest about. He just allowed him to come and stay at his home, so he was being friendly to him. So you should have circled friendly under number 1. Number 2, Jacob told Isaac that he was Esau, his firstborn son. So Jacob came to Isaac and told him that he was his brother Esau. Is that honest, dishonest, friendly, or not friendly? It's dishonest. Yeah, he came to him and he told him that he was somebody else. I mean, you couldn't be more dishonest. Okay, number 3. Tanya was a new girl in the class. The teacher sat her next to Sarah, Ben, and Tamara. The teacher told them to The teacher told them to make Tanya feel welcome. When Tanya asked to play with Sarah, Ben, and Tamara at recess, they made fun of her. Tanya's feelings were hurt. Was this honest, dishonest, friendly, or not friendly? Well, you can tell from looking at the picture. They are not being friendly to that girl. They're hurting her feelings. They're making her feel left out. They're not being nice, okay? And she is new. She hasn't had an opportunity to treat them poorly. So it's just mean, okay? So you should have circled not friendly. Number 4, Jamal did not do well on a spelling test. His teacher told him to show the test to his parents. Jamal was scared. He did not want to show it to his parents. He knew they would not be happy. When his mother asked how he did on his spelling test, Jamal showed her the test anyway. Was this honest, dishonest, friendly, or not friendly? It was honest, even though he didn't want his mom to know that he didn't do well on his spelling test and he was worried about what she would have to say or that she would be disappointed. He still showed them the spelling test anyway, okay? Because it's easier to just be honest. If he'd have tried to hide his spelling test, it would have come out later when his parents saw his grades or something like that. So it's easier to just not lie in the first place. So Otherwise, people will think you're a liar. Right? All right. So I hope that that was helpful to you guys. And I hope that you guys learned some good lessons from Esau and Jacob. Okay. You guys have a good weekend. All right. Bye.